What's up, guys? I'm Atomics, and today I got a player review for IF Kuyt. Now, I'm gonna say straight up, he was one of the weirdest players I've ever used. His in-game stats don't even accurately reflect what he does on the pitch. It's just a really weird card. I can't say anything else about it, really, to be honest. In that right mid position, he's pretty slow. An outside mid without pace is like a striker without shooting, or a center mid without passing, or a defender without defending. It's really like the go-to stat when you're looking at your outside mids. And when I saw this stat, it was like a little turnoff because, pace is really important. But at the same time, I thought his card looked really good at a center attacking mid position or a center mid position. So halfway through the video, I actually switched him to a center mid position. So stay tuned to see which one I think is better, playing him at an outside position, or a center mid position. But I mean, his stats are actually really good. 12 goals in 8 games. So that's like pretty impressive right there. Um, so yeah, you're gonna see some highlights, and right now I'm gonna jump into the in-game stats. So one word to describe this player would actually be inconsistent, to be honest. He has the 84 positioning, however, he's all over the field. Half the time I find him in the middle of the field when he's supposed to be on the right side. He'll drop back a ton. Same with his finishing, he has decent stats, but then sometimes he can finish the most amazing goals and sometimes he can't. So this was a squad I used him in when I played him at the right forward position. Decided to play him at the right forward position to take as much advantage of his shooting as I could, because he has pretty nice stats. He has very all-round stats, which is kind of rare with outside mids of only 78. Usually they'll have like really fast pace, but then all their other stats will be junk. Or so he has like really nice all-round stats. So this squad was okay. It's actually pretty decent. Yeah, so you're gonna see what he can do at the right forward position. So when I did play him right forward, as I said before, he's all over the place. Feels like he's more of a striker attacking mid role a lot of the times. His finishing is actually pretty nice usually. He can finish some really nice shots like this one right here. That's a pretty nice shot. But then sometimes it feels like he either is shooting it to the keeper or wide. Now, as for his weak foot felt pretty strong. Usually, he could usually get on target, finish it. Um, from longer ranges, sometimes it would feel like they would kind of drift off target a little bit, and at closer ranges though, it felt pretty consistent. So, I mean, he does have pretty good shot power too, so he can drive it in the back of the net. And I mean, look at that though. He's in the middle of the field right there, and he's really all over the field. He'll drop back a lot too. He does have the 88 stamina, which is nice because otherwise he'd be dead after every game. So this was the team I used him in when I played him at a center mid. So I kind of wanted to play him at a center attacking mid, but for chemistry reasons, he got the most chem when I played him at the center mid position. I played him where he's the lone center mid, so it kind of plays more like a center attacking mid in a way. Um, Pretty cool squad actually. It was pretty decent. So yeah, and I'm gonna jump into the highlights. So one thing I noticed when I played him at center mid is that he would actually stay in better positioning as a center mid than he would as a outside mid. He would stay in the middle of the field. Plus his high work rates would work pretty well with a center mid position. On top of that, he gets the ball quite a bit, creates a lot of opportunities. You can utilize his passing a lot more. On top of that, his dribbling is actually fairly decent, regardless of his stats. I actually enjoyed his dribbling. Sometimes he took a little bit too big of touches, but I mean, as you can see here, he just holds the ball pretty well. And at the center mid position, he really had a lot more freedom to dribble because the pace wasn't as big of a factor as it was on the outside. So just getting around a lot of players here, finishes it nicely. So I mean, I would recommend using him at the center mid position over the right mid position or a right forward position, just because you can utilize him better and he'll create more opportunities. So my overall rating for IF Kuyt would be at 8.5 at a right forward position and a 9.0 at a center mid position. Now the right forward position, I believe he scored about 7 goals in 5 games, and I mean those are pretty nice stats, especially for a right forward. The thing is, like, so much about him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention His strength is one of the worst things I've ever used in the world. Like, he couldn't hold off Oscar. Like, I don't think he could hold off Bernard in a wheelchair. That's how bad he is. Like, Oscar, who has like 40 physical, would just come up and like put this guy to the ground. Like, he really has probably the worst strength I've used in the entire game. And that just doesn't help his case at right forward at all. He doesn't have the stats to be an outside mid in my position. He does have the stats to be a center mid though. But going back, why I give the 8.5, it's a decent rating just because, the results don't lie. 7 goals in 5 games, pretty decent. However, at center mid, I believe he scored about 5 goals in 3 games, so it's kind of the same there. But he just could create more chances. You can utilize his passing, his shooting, everything a lot better. As for his pace, it doesn't hurt him as much in the center mid position. Same with his strength. Um, Overall, though, he's a decent player. He's only 10K, and you can definitely try him out for yourself. He is one of the only Dutch right mids, besides Elia and Robin. So I probably though wouldn't suggest picking him up as a right mid position. Rather, if you want to try him out as a center mid position, as long as you're not too bothered by having him in that weird position for a right mid. But I did overall enjoy him. I mean, he did score me quite a few goals, so can't complain about that. But thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I've been Atomics, and I'm out. So if you haven't already, you should definitely check out my last video, which was a 1 million coin squad builder featuring Bale, Royce, and more. And it's a really good squad, so you should check that out.